Morning, guys. This is the following day. There's my asphalt. And I've got something pulled or a nerve pinched or something in my neck or upper back or something. It's hurting pretty good, but the show must go on, right? We ended up getting all the hay baled in the east field. Some of it. Some on the trailer. Some on the stacker. And so I got 2 stacker loads up here in the yard. 30 to 35 bales left out in the field. I did not get this baled. I had to leave to go help with VBS. That hay really wasn't dry anyways. I mean, if it was coming rain, I would have went ahead and baled it. Probably would have been okay, but it really needed to dry if at all possible. I'm gonna go check the hay, and if it's dry enough to flip, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it with the rake so it can be drying on the bottom. And then we're gonna go through and stack all this hay on the trailer with the grapple. And then we're gonna pick up the rest of the hay out of the field back there. One issue, I do wanna point this out. I'm using the wire, and it is definitely better than using tie tiers. My problem is, if you look here, okay, so this side is good. The right side of the stacker should be pretty well straight up and down here because it's gonna trip at the same time every time. Now, of course I have something off a little bit right here, but don't worry about that. Now over here, you'll see that these bales here are not sticking out far enough, so whenever I try to set this up, it's gonna wanna fall over this way because the bottom's narrower than the top. You can kind of see how this is way in, okay? So that presents an issue. That's actually an issue with an adjustment on the baler. And I had it adjusted good last time, but this hay bales a little bit different because it's really, really leafy. So I think that's what the problem is. All right, we're gonna flip this alfalfa. It's ready. It's not super crispy on top, so that's how we want it. We'll get this flipped over, and we're gonna bale it today, one way or the other. All right, guys, I want to show you some of this hay here. And I know camera really doesn't relay it really well, but the color of this hay is just, I love orchard grass for this reason right here. Not just this reason. I mean, it's good hay, but it also looks really good. Makes a really nice bale. This hay is not stemmy at all. We're gonna come in here with the grapple and we're gonna start picking them off here. That's the plan, at least.
It's not a game, it's a rage thing.
We about got this trailer loaded here. I got 3 more stacks of 10 to go. Got 110 on the trailer. Man, that's looking awfully cloudy. I might want to look at the weather here right quick. But I'm gonna have to calculate and see if I can go 1 more layer high and still get it in my 10-foot barn at the other place. I'd like to go 1 more layer if I can. I don't know if I can or not. Time will tell. All right, guys, I gotta kick it in gear. It's looking like the weather people may have failed me. Maybe not. 7% chance of rain today, and there's a storm brewing just west of us moving this way. So I'm gonna load these last 3 on this trailer. I'm gonna check this hay, see if it's ready to bale. If it's ready to bale, I'm gonna start baling. I'm gonna tell my neighbor that she needs to come pick it up, like right now. And then once I get done baling, I'll go pick up these last 30 and hopefully get them in the barn. So let's get rolling. All right, guys, it's getting ready to rain. I just texted the neighbor, told them if they can haul, I'm gonna bale it. And so they're gonna come and bale it as soon as I start baling here, which I'm getting ready to start. As soon as I get done baling, I'm gonna go over to the other field, pick up those 30 bales, hopefully get this all done before it rains. Storm is upon us. We've had a couple sprinkles. I'm running 6.5 miles an hour as we're baling hay, which the windrows aren't that big, but 5th gear high on a white 2135. The neighbor's getting ready to come over and start picking these up. As soon as I'm done baling, I'm gonna get my big old tarp out of the barn. I'm gonna get it over here next to this stack. And I'm gonna run out there with the stacker and pick up my 30 bales out of the field. And hopefully I can get them back in time, at least just to get it sitting next to my load of hay here, and I'll put the tarp over the whole thing. The other thing about high humidity, when there's that much moisture in the atmosphere, storms can pop up at any time, at any place. Just so happens, it popped up west of me instead of east of me, and it's moving towards me instead of away from me. So sometimes that's just the way it goes, guys. What we can do here, though, as long as it doesn't become a torrential downpour, the bales will dry off. They won't really soak into the bale too much. So, getting a few more sprinkles on the windshield. Alright, guys, it's raining enough, but we'll probably have to stop after this windrow. We'll see. I'm going to stop up here and get out and check it, but I think I'm probably going to have to stop. I'm going to grab my tarp the load of hay, and we'll see. Maybe it'll just kind of force someone to go around us, but I'm not going to hold my breath here. Alright, guys, we're going to back this load of hay in the barn over here. It's raining. We did get the hay backed in. Oh, stupid rain. If we could have waited 30 more minutes, I'd have been done baling. I could have went and got that stuff out of the field. I got 30 bales over there. It's getting wet too. It's always something. I'd like to say that was a complete success, but I think I might be telling you a little bit of a fib if I did. I'm gonna take this thing on up here, I guess. I don't know what to do. Like I said, we all have our own struggles, guys. Look out, Jen. It stopped. Like I said, I don't have a rain gauge out yet, but I bet we got a good solid 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. It rained good for several minutes. Puddles in the garden. I'm gonna look and see how many bales I got on the counter. The neighbor came and picked some up, and then it was starting to rain even harder, so I told her to take it to the barn. We'll spread that out. The good news is, this put a little bit of moisture in the air. We were awfully dry. Just we need more moisture in the air. 243 And we start out with 273. So there's 70 bales out here right now.
Alright guys, it's getting ready to rain again, so I'm trying to get all I can picked up before we get another big rain. Looks like it's going to rain even more now.
She's sprinkling. We're going to get everything we can, hopefully. Well, guys, rained again. I heard it thundering, so I ran out, got the stacker, and went to the other field. I kind of parked it like that because it's out of the wind's out of the kind of southwest a little bit. Hoping maybe that plywood would keep it off the edge of the bales there a little bit. This is some beautiful hay. And I stacked this one here a lot better. Of course, it took me a little bit longer, but I drove to both sides, making sure, because it's hard to tell exactly where you need to be to keep the stack going straight. The last one that I stacked, I thought I was straight, but I just was creeping to one side. It was leaning. This one here is doing pretty good. So I stacked it across this way on the first two, then I turned it 90 degrees on the third one, and I actually took two. You guys probably saw me doing it in the video. I took 2 rows here to put on the back. So, and then I put 2 here, and then I put 1 crossways there in between the second and third stack on the next one. That lets me get all the way out here and tie these on. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'll grab 2 more to finish this out back here, and then I'll kind of do this same thing, only on this next one I'm going to put the crossways bales behind that one. It'll be tied on pretty good, and then I'll take some straps and I'll go over this way, and if I need to, then I'll take my long straps and go over long ways as well. Because if you've ever restacked hay, restacking is worse than the original stacking, because you know in your brain you've already done this once. So restacking is definitely worse, especially when it's on the side of the road and you've got busted bales and cars going by. There's a silver lining or some dry hay in every storm. You can see, I don't know if you can tell that on the camera or not. Anyways, the hay is dry inside there. We just need it to stop raining long enough for these outside of these bales to dry, and we'll be good. Will it do that? I don't know. You tell me. Blue skies, few clouds here and there. See when the next pop-up's gonna roll through.